previously on Syrvivor. The original Mind, Body, and Soul tribe swapped into two new tribes, in which they had to participate in a grueling greed challenge. There, Owen snatched the individual immunity, sending New Body to Tribal Council. Adam, the sole member of his new tribe, decided to use his steal of vote advantage to work with former Body tribe members, targeting former Mind and former player Molly. In the end, the plan worked, and Adam dramatically stole Carl's vote to send Molly packing. 15 are left. Who will be voted out next on Syrvivor?
Alright, hey guys.
What's up?
Ryan and Mike. We're going to the challenge in like 20 minutes, but we wanted to kind of just meet up and chat ahead of time to kind of see where our heads were at, make sure we're in the same spot, kind of get each other's thoughts. So yeah.
So I already just have a somewhat established level of trust, like, for you within me, just because we are both targets for the same reason, and
I would agree with
that. I got so many like whispers behind my back on the old tribe about being like a returner and people thinking I was scheming. That was something I just wanted to make sure you knew that. Holly, I trust her. I was working with her.
I was just about to say, I do like Holly, and I'm realizing her and Cassidy are better friends than we realized.
Her, Cassidy, and Lindsay are better friends.
So yeah, I noticed they were friends, but Holly seems pretty trustworthy. Like, she doesn't seem like she's like hiding anything, although that's the point in this game, is you're not supposed to seem like you're hiding anything.
Yeah. I think I trust her, but she's very well positioned right now.
Really? In what way?
She's got, I think, connections with a lot of people. I know she was really close with Joe on my tribe.
Okay.
And I heard from New Body that Joe and Molly are apparently pretty close. So,
Molly
LaPesca.
Okay. Interesting. They knew each other before. They've gotten close to the gate.
I think they might have known each other before.
Okay.
Because Madison was telling me that
everyone seems to like her. Madison, everyone seems like in the challenge and all. I don't know. Your tribe really seems to like rally around her.
Yeah. She's like she's a sweet person. I feel kind of bad because I think she's been kind of sidetracked with other stuff, and she just doesn't have the time.
So you're not like, she's not someone you're like, we need to keep around if down the line.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Nothing we have to worry about that right now.
I was talking to her about the vote too this week, and I was under the impression that they were gonna vote with Adam, and they were gonna try and get out a Mind. Joe was saying just as long as it wasn't Molly. That's apparently what he was saying.
Welcome guys back. New Soul Tribe, you're getting your first look at the New Body Tribe. Molly voted out at the last tribal council. As you can see from their alignment, they might not be too hot right now. Ryan, how are you? What's your view on that vote? Another returnee out?
Yeah, I think all of us kind of realized when they were walking out, and we all went, oh my god, oh my god. I don't think we were expecting it, but then again, think we really even knew what was going on amongst them, like to that level of detail. So, I mean, it's unfortunate. Molly was one of the returnees, so I kind of already, had that connection with her, but it is what it is,
Rena, mine had 4-3-1 split there. Mine goes home. How's your view right now?
I'm honestly pretty shocked. I was not expecting that. Yeah, still kind of like, oh my god. But yeah, that was really, really not something I was expecting, and I'm very shocked.
Zach, Adam was the lone wolf there based on point of view, eyes. He was only one soul, and he's still here. What's your view on that?
I mean, Adam's competitive. From the little I got to know from him in our time together on the Soul Tribe, I got to know he really wants to be here. He really wants to play this game. So I'm happy he made it through. Like Ryan said, we have no idea what was going on with their tribe, but I'm happy to see Adam here for another week.
Lydia, how are you feeling right now, fresh off tribal council, mind personnel? What do you have?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty upset. At the end of the day, it is a game. So, you can't be mad about how people voted. That's just how it is. I would say, maybe I'm a little frustrated with how a few, individuals maybe conducted themselves, in their, personal actions, not specifically how they voted.
Adam, how are you feeling right now?
I genuinely believe that I can separate game and personal, and I'm hoping that everyone can see that I'm here to make a fun show, and I don't think I conducted myself poorly, but I believe that me going home would have been a little bit boring, and I care about the viewers, and I want this to be a good show. So we're gonna come back, get revenge, win this challenge.
Kevin, thoughts about that? Rolled your eyes, I caught it.
What? Me? No, never.
No, I think I'm just sad, but we'll get over it. It's just it is what it is. Things happen, or whatever. Sorry.
Well, you guys ready to find your next challenge?
Yeah. Yep.
Owen, I will take that back. This will now be served as tribal immunity. There we go. So, if you win this, you're not going to tribal, you're safe for another week. If you don't win this, you're going to tribal, voting out the next person out of this game. Alright, this challenge, adapted from Syrvivor Michigan, shout out to Syrvivor Michigan, is called Fast Focus. Now pay attention, this is a doozy. So picture this is a person, right? And it has hands. So, I'm holding their legs. Someone else will be holding their hands. On these whiteboards are combination locks, right? 3 numbers, combination locks. What the 2 people have to do is carry this person in the air for the amount of time that they want to memorize these 5 locks. If they drop the person, or if any body part hits the floor, they have to go back here and start again. They can run back. You don't have to carry them back. Alright? So you can spend 30 minutes here, or you can go speed through. Over there, Eli and Andrew will be asking just the person who is stretched out 1 question pertaining to these 5 locks. For instance, what is the combination to the first lock? Or what is the combination to the third lock? You don't know what you'll be asked for. If you get it wrong, those 3 people will have to run back here and do it again. However, the question down there will be different, so it won't be the same question. Also, that stick will represent where you drop the person off. The person who is stretched out and answering the combination lock question cannot get help from the people who are carrying them. So even if you might see it, you can't ask for help, you can't whisper it. I will be there and I will make the call. If that happens, you'll have to come back here. Alright? So what it'll be divided into, it'll be 3, 3, 3, 3, 1, 1. So basically, once the first set of 3 gets it right, they have to run back here, tag the next set of 3, and they'll go. Make sense? Once both sets of 3 get their 1 question right, total of 2 questions, the last person remaining will grab this board, run it, grab the next board, run it, grab the 3rd board, run it, 4th, 5th, run it to the station. And then run all the way back. First tribe with all of their people here and all their boards to Eli or Andrew wins immunity. The other tribe will be going to tribal council where someone will be the 7th person voted out of this game.
You have a good memory. I feel like I wouldn't joke. Whoever
You don't think it's Stevie's?
Joe, you're actually a faster runner than me.
Just good about memorizing.
I'm not the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Cassidy has your
Cassidy.
I'm worried.
Okay.
All right, survivors ready? You can get in your positions. You can move up new body if you want. There's the line right there.
I don't know.
Survivors ready? Fast focus, go!
Third combination.
And then up.
10, 27,
Your third combination. Run back. Run back.
What's your first combination?
1922 Zulu 2.
You feel good?
12, 7.
No.
Your body for a third time.
No. What's your fifth combination?
21, 08, 19.
Correct.
New body, second in. Dana just has to run each of them back individually and we shall stage again. Ready to great challenge. As we can see by the looks of things, new soul, he did well. New body, not so hot. He will be going back to tribal council where someone will be the 7th person voted out. New soul, this is yours. You are immune for another week. There you go. No one will be voted out from your tribe. Congrats. In addition, we don't know what Survivor will bring you. For the first time, there will be no new idol clue. That said, body, tribal council, Friday, where someone will be the 7th person voted out. And that's it.
Dude, I literally put the team on my back.
what do they give me in return? Like 4 wrong answers. Dude, Joe was so good in that first memorization thing that we thought he'd be the perfect person. And I thought he'd be the perfect person too. So I mean, I guess that's as much our fault, or as much my fault as anyone on the teams, really. I don't know if I would have been much better than Joe. But now I have another fucking stressful week where I don't know who's really on my side, who's gonna vote for who. I feel like, I mean, if we didn't have control last week, we don't have control now. Maybe just make sure, make sure this faux alliance with Adam holds through another week and we can take someone else on mind out. That's all for me.
Good challenge, went really smooth. I'm a lot more interested in what happened in that tribal because I'm just surprised that they got a mind out. I'm shocked they pulled it off. I don't know if there was last minute flips, but I was under the impression that Joe was just too tight with Molly for her to ever go. I'm happy she's going. She was trying to pit people against me, like trying to use my placement last season against me. It sucked because we were both returners and I would have wanted to work with her, but right now in the game it's better that she's out. So, but challenge also, we dominated. It's nice, don't have to worry about getting voted out this week. I was really paranoid from last week and how that challenge went, but it's all good now.
Am I a bad person? Because it feels like I'm like, every time, I genuinely don't think I go out of the game on anything, but it seems like people are just like disliking me as a human being, and with the way Carl treated me at that first challenge, at that like new swap challenge, I'm like, I don't think I'm the aggressor in this situation. But on the brighter side, we pulled off, I think the first ever 4-3-1 split, or steal a vote, split the majority vote in Survivor history. So that's fun. I'm by no means safe this week. We have to deal with us telling Joe the wrong thing. I could arguably be going home, but at this point I played a really fun game. I'm proud of the way I've played, and I'm excited to hopefully keep going and hopefully get these people who hate me out before jury.
That challenge and post tribal reveal was insane. Like, I've been obviously talking to Joe and Owen most of the week, and they, before tribal, both said different things. One of them said Adam's going, and one of them said no, Lydia or Carl is going, and I was like, oh my gosh, well, this is already like so chaotic. And then end of tribal happens and Molly's gone, and I'm just shocked. And Owen and Joe both texted me afterwards, and they're like so pissed off. The whole tribe is mad at Adam, and honestly, I don't blame them. I mean, I don't know Adam personally, but the way he's playing is really dirty. Joe and Owen are both like, Adam's gone, and Joe said something really interesting to me. He texted me, he said, I threw the challenge for you because I want to go to tribal, because he's so pissed at Adam. And I don't know if he was joking, but if that's true, that's huge. Because I mean, he was the one in my position memorizing all of the codes, and he took a while, and I'm like, I know Joe is really quick on his feet, very smart. I don't think he'd be that bad at that. So the fact that he said yeah, I threw the challenge, I'm kind of holy shit. Is has it gotten to that point on the body tribe where they're so unorganized and such a mess that people are literally wanting to go to tribal to fix it? It's insane.
Okay, so it's the day after tribal, and not our tribal, Body's tribal, and the challenge where we won. Just wanted to give myself a day before vlogging because I'm still super tight about Adam using that steal vote to get Molly out. I'm really pissed about it, and I'm really scared for my mind people on Body at the moment because they are going to tribal again, and I really don't want to see another one of them go, because now at this point I'm starting to try to think about the merge, and I just really want as many of us to make it through as possible so that we have each other and we can go from there. I'm going to talk to Mike hopefully sooner in the week rather than later, so that if he has anything that would be helpful to say that the people on Body are thinking, so I can like help Lydia, Carl, and Kevin this week in any way, because they helped me a lot the other week with that whole grabbing the idol thing. Like they saved my ass. I really want to do anything I can to save them.
What I did last season, I would pick up stragglers, people who were out of the loop, because they have no other choice but to be loyal to you. I did that with Derek when Hannah showed him the fake idol. He was supposed to be the unanimous vote. And then if we ever went back to tribal, and I was able to build trust with him, and he became my strongest ally throughout the game. Sabrina, she's in the same situation. They all want to vote her out right now. They were saying if we went to tribal, she would have been easy, like no question. She needs to grab at straws or something. And it's very possible that other people have already done that with her and already tried to go to her, but I am hoping I can come in with the realist perspective, because I also have the ability to make myself seem like a big target, because I do have the reputation from last season. It's such a discussion about my placement. Molly was whispering to people, oh, Mike plays fourth, apparently.
Hey guys, so I just talked to Sabrina. She actually reached out to me and wanted to talk, even though we were not going to tribal this week. And we FaceTimed for like 20 minutes, and obviously she was worried. She knows she's on the outs right here. However, I don't necessarily know if we need her. Honestly, Jason we kind of had a tribe bonding event, and Jason was a no-show, and I was like very confused because he didn't even tell us he wasn't coming. Because, you know, obviously he has stuff. I know last week he had to quarantine or whatever, but like, you think he would have at least texted like, hey, I'm not gonna show up. So that was a little weird, especially knowing like that everyone else was going, and that's automatically putting him on the outs of like hanging out and getting to know people. I like Holly, but she's not part of my, you know, original crew that I'm trying to keep in. So when time needs to go, like when the time comes, like if we need to vote her, I'm willing to do that. I'd like to keep her around at least for now. Like, she's certainly not my first vote. I kind of am looking at Mike right now as one of my close circles. He's kind of with my, so Cassidy, Lindsay, and Zach are my people right now who I trust very, very much. And, Mike, we had talked in the beginning, and now we've been talking more and more about game, and also I just got to know him. He's a great guy, so I would like to work with him. He's done really well, I feel like, in the challenges and stuff. Super athletic guy, so I think he is totally worth keeping around, and I would like to work with him, especially in the game. So I'm looking at those four as kind of my non-negotiables.
Okay, so I met with Mike, it's right here, and we came to the conclusion that they are definitely probably thinking about voting either one of us off. So we are trying to come up with a plan to break the potential alliance between Cassidy and Holly, because that would be super dangerous. We have seen them talking and like being super friendly, so we think that they probably know each other a lot better outside of Survivor, because they are also both our A's.
Yes.
So, do you want to talk?
Right. we're trying to bite them before they bite us, because we're the two probably biggest targets on our tribe right now. We're in the worst position. Sabrina's got no one from her old tribe. I stick out like a sore thumb because I was fourth last season, and I don't have I have less relationships than Ryan right now on the tribe, so we're gonna watch each other's backs. We're gonna
Yeah.
make sure no one's coming after us.
Yep.
So Luke very clearly said that there is no new idol clue, which means there's absolutely a new idol, which I am looking for right this minute. I assume because he said there's no new clue, I'm like considering maybe it's like something with old, so maybe it's the first place we were. I checked around the oldest building on campus. I don't know. Let's work it out. Okay, so there's this string here on a tree in Thorndon Amphitheater. Is there an idol buried under here? Is this the idol? Tell me. You have to tell me if this is the idol. It's a fucking stick. This seems like very... It's not exactly the string that they use for Survivor, but it's close. No luck at the amp. No luck where our last challenge was. I don't think it's gonna be worth going back to the Rose Garden. You know, it's hard finding an idol without any clues. I know Will Wall did it a couple of times in Ohio State, but I'm no Will Wall. Right now my plan is just rely on Joe's vote and see if I can convince Mind that I'm a better person to have in the game than to vote out. Because if everyone hates me as much as they do, then I have no chance of winning. I am going to be voted out early in Merge, and you're taking out someone from Body. That's my plan. Owen is a much bigger threat than I am. We'll see.
Man, this is a rough tribal council. Yeah, I don't want to say that I was the one who orchestrated the Molly vote, but I definitely said okay to it when Adam brought it up. And I think we did the right thing, honestly. Joe was definitely too close to her, and you know, I feel for Joe. He definitely had some kind of alliance with her, or he thought, and he is a little bit broken up about it, or at least seemed like it, during the tribal council. And you know, I would be too if I was completely blindsided. But we literally had to do it. You know, I think I was going home this week if we didn't vote Molly out, literally. Like, it would have been me, or maybe Madison. Not equally bad, but still, Madison's my closest ally in this game, and I trust her more than anyone at this point. Certainly more than Lydia, who I actually trust the least. Like, maybe even less than Adam. But at this point, Adam is so bad for team morale, and everyone's just so annoyed by him, that I think we have to send him home this week. And it's been fun, but you know, we made a deal with the devil, and we actually didn't come out of it all too scuffed up. We evened up the team. I mean, it's 3-3. People were mad this week, but it's understandable. It's just...
So we're going back to Tribal Council this Friday, which is unfortunate. But as far as my game is going on right now, I'm not totally concerned. I was concerned because everyone was saying Adam once again, and I'm pretty sure at this point Adam's the person that I'm closest with in the game, and it's not in my benefit for him to go home. So I tried to share some select information to Owen that Kevin was looking to vote him out with the help of Adam, which is not totally false, I'll have you. But might I have slightly exaggerated on the severity of the situation? A little bit. But that worked, so right now, from what I know, Owen is okay with working with Adam at least for one more vote, in an effort to get Mind people out, which is what I wanted, just to be a little bit more comfy with people that I think I can trust.
That was a worst case scenario. In the course of an hour, my number one ally went out. We got blown out in a challenge, and we're going back to tribal. I don't know what's going to happen this week. We could go for Adam. There's various other things. Who knows? But I am mad and confused, and I feel like my back's up against the wall. Like I was the decoy target, and Molly was the real one. But at the end of the day, like, she was my number one ally. She was the person I wanted to play the entire game with. And now I need to reassess absolutely everything in this game and like where I'm at and what I want to do. Because I need to take control of my game and my future here. Because if I don't, nobody else is looking out for me. And that's what this week's gonna be, and that's gonna be every week after that. I just gotta work hard and find some way through this week to the merge and hopefully to the end of the game. But
so I've talked to everybody on my tribe. Obviously me, Carl, and Kevin are super emo. Last night, like, Joe and Owen, like, texted me at the exact same time. So, like, obviously they were texting before. I'm like, oh, gotta do some damage control. And I guess when Kevin was walking home with Owen, like, Owen was like, oh, like, I feel like Lydia hates me. And, like, that was, like, couldn't be further from the truth. I was like, bro. No, because, like, honestly, like, it was a really good move. If I was in any of their shoes, I would have done the exact same thing. I would have done the exact same thing. Like, I'm sad Molly's gone. And then, like, I talked to Madison, and, like, we're good. And then I FaceTimed Adam today, so fun. And, like, to, like, make nice. And it seems like what everybody's been telling me so far is, like, they want to get rid of Adam this week, too. Which would be nice. And then we're, like, going to a 3-3 split, which, like, still freaking sucks. Like a tie. Like, no one wants to draw rocks. No one wants to do that, because they could have an idol. And then the thing is, I have an idol too, so, like, it's like, oh, like, it's okay to get rid of Adam. And then, like, if the idol is played correctly, then it doesn't matter. Then we're good. But, like, if it's played wrong, then, like, I'm worse off than I was, because I would have just wasted an idol and I'll still be in the minority.
Lydia found the idol, which I am so shook by. I mean, I knew it was either her or Carl, but I was surprised that she told me. That's what surprised me. And I'm scared that she regrets that she told me. I think it was like a split of this moment that she was like, okay, I'm gonna tell him. I think she regretted it right after. She was like, don't tell anyone, please. Like, and I was like, wow, this could be really bad for me, because she might have spilled the beans that she didn't want to spill. And now she might try to push the votes for me, and I've already kind of been really down today, because I think if they were to vote another mind out, which I think is the plan, because who in their right mind would want a 3-3 even split again?
But so basically, I just had a like 2-hour phone call or FaceTime call with Kevin, and honestly, I'm still in the same boat where I think my best move this week might be to take Kevin out. But the only reason is I completely like buy into what he's telling me. He's like, yeah, I do really want to work with you. I think it's in our best interest to take someone from body out. Like, I get why you can't like guarantee that you're voting with us this week, but I'm pretty sure Carl and Lydia want to work with you, and I want to work with you. I basically shoehorned in a relationship between me, Kevin, and Madison. To some extent, I'm in to do that. If I knew for a fact that Holly was going home next week from New Sole, I would be okay with that. But the fact that I know she's not means that if Kevin, Holly, and Cassidy link up at Merge, I'm just really on the outs. And to some extent, taking Kevin out is a good move here if Body is with me. But to some other extent, taking Owen out is not a bad move, because if I can link back up with Soul people, I am put in a decent position because Body no longer has the full majority. But what I said to Kevin is basically like, first of all, and this is the most important thing, if Joe reaches out to you guys and wants to flip, that is not Joe, that is Owen, 100%. Do not trust Joe with anything. Because of that, I think that if they want to flip on Body, they're going to need to use me. And if Kevin wants to use me and Madison, and then at Merge, use our connections to build a relationship, a bigger group from that, I would be okay with that. that it's just like Kevin is too dangerous in his position right now that if Madison really turned to me and she was like, oh my god, Owen was like, he didn't even realize how dumb of a move he was making. He now knows he needs to take Kevin out, and I 100% believe that he's going to do that. I might still consider it. I don't know.
Guten Tag. It's Thursday, and everything has changed. So, basically, Carl and Lydia proposed a 4-way alliance with myself and Owen. I don't know if that's true or not, but Owen really thinks it's true. So that puts me in the position where now they all want to vote for Adam. And I want to vote for Kevin with Joe and Adam. So I can either go with Owen and that new alliance and have a couple people very mad at me, again. Or I could go against Adam and Joe, whom I think would be good people for me to work with in the game. And have been nothing but loyal to me so far, with the exception of Joe not keeping his mouth closed. But, we've all been there, So I'm a little stressed. A bunch of people are constantly trying to reach out to me, which is stressful. And there's supposed to be a group FaceTime tonight with myself, Lydia, Carl, and Owen. Which, I don't know. I'm not the best at lying to a bunch of people at one time. I do better when it's one-on-one, so the fact that I haven't made my mind up, I hope that doesn't come out, But it's fine. We'll figure it out.
I talked to Joe today. He talked to me, and he just kept saying how he was really trying to push Adam to me, telling me Adam should go home, and that he was trying to convince you guys.
Wait, who?
Joe was saying that. He was like, I really want Adam to go home, and I've been trying to convince Owen and Madison. And I'm like, oh.
There was none of that. Okay, Joe.
Yeah, I can't lie and say I didn't consider pulling in Adam at the start of the week. Yeah. But then I just realized that's gonna be the rest of the time, his time on the show. It's just us getting pulled apart, him pulling the strings.
And the thing for I think both me and Lydia is we could make something work and try to work for Adam for a vote and maybe be in a slightly better position for a tribal or two. But the merge is coming up, and we need to be able to have people who bring people in, and you two are people we want to work with because we think you can actually, we can work as a unit going forward, and there's real options there versus with Adam where it's he's just gonna alienate people.
Yeah, it's toxic.
Exactly. And this is a group that just seems much more chill and level-headed.
We like the good vibes.
For sure. Yeah. And I just feel if we get through a vote, we get through a unanimous vote, we get rid of Adam, by the next going into that next challenge, we're gonna be really unified and
yeah. I hope. Yeah, I'm hoping that after that happens, everyone, not that it was particularly bad. I think we all wanted to win. But I feel after getting Adam out, we're gonna be high-fiving and trying to do our best. Lydia's yeah. That's the plan.
Yeah, it's definitely, I don't know, I think we'll just be more focused as a group.
Alright, so it's the morning before, the day before Tribal. It's honestly the Mind Tribe, I've gone back and forth between they're playing well and they're playing terribly. And as far as I can tell, unless Madison is screwing with me, which is entirely possible, Mind is playing dumb again. They're now trying for Carl, Lydia, Owen, and Madison to get a 4 to vote me out this week. First of all, why did they goddamn think that they're not, that Madison and Owen aren't gonna believe that they're just bringing that back to Kevin and then gonna take one of them out next week? It makes no sense. The fact that they're bringing Madison in on that plan is ridiculous because I've told them countless times, Madison is the only person I trust on this tribe, so if you want to vote with me, do not take her out.
And because of that, I bet they think that we're working together, so why are they bringing Madison in on a plan to take me out? Now if Carl and Lydia are genuinely, like, trying to form a plan with Owen and Madison, like, why are you doing that? You're, like, last week you would put yourself in a good position by taking me out. This week, you're putting yourself in a 3-3 fucking tie. It's honestly, like, you're making it so hard for me to work with you, Mind. You're making it so goddamn hard.
So, I was like, you know, just outside doing yard work, and Owen's like, oh, like, do you have time to talk before Tribal? And I'm like, of course I have time to talk before Tribal, so he just FaceTimed me. And he was like, oh, well, like, Adam said that he FaceTimed you and Carl, and, like, both of you were saying stuff like, oh, like, we're really sure that, like, Madison and Owen are voting for you. And he was, like, freaked out by that. He's like, I understand, like, you guys wouldn't trust us, but, like, we genuinely really want Adam to go. Like, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, that's I was like, I didn't say anything like that, because, like, I actually didn't. I, like, asked Carl about it later. Maybe Carl, like, kind of did. Carl did say that. But I did not. And I was like, I didn't say that, so I don't know what to tell you. I was like, obviously we're going to say, like, that's what you're telling us. Because, like, why wouldn't? And that's what we're telling them, because, like, it'd be stupid to say anything else. And, Owen was like, well, yeah, like, we understand that there has to be, like, a plan going forward. So, like, don't, like, we're not going to be mad if you, like, throw a vote on Joe. Feel free to throw a vote on Joe. And I was like, oh, yes. Like, I was going to, like, tell you this. Like, this is my inner dialogue. I was like, I was going to tell you this, and now Carl's, like, not going to be able to be mad about it and fight about it. So I was like, oh, and listen, I'm not going to cap with you. There probably will be, like, a vote thrown on Joe. I'm not going to lie. But, like, if at least 2 of you still vote for Adam, if all 3 of you vote for Adam, then, like, he will, like, I promise you. And I was like, I don't promise unless I mean it, which is more or less true. I was like, he will be going home.
The votes tomorrow, this game is moving quick, and there's a decision to make. Me and Lydia got off a whole series of FaceTimes. We talked to Madison and Owen. We talked to Adam with Kevin. We just talked to Kevin at one point. We just talked with each other. It's been a mess. My mind all over the place. But this is what it boils down to. There's 2 choices. Either we go with Madison and Owen. We talked about this. There's a 4 there. Makes it more comfortable, easier moving forward. The idea, I think, is Joe after Adam, but it starts with Adam. That, I think, is where Lydia especially starts getting nervous, is that they're just trying to make us pin votes on Adam again. And that's what the plan was last week. I mean, there's real reason not to trust them, even if it seems a little better this week. On the flip side, we have Adam, who I don't think we really want to work with, but it may be our best choice. You know, if we add his vote to ours, that's 4. We're in a great spot. He doesn't have anybody. He'll want to work with us as long as we are willing to work with him, and it's advantageous to him. This is tough. It's the toughest decision we've had to make all game. It's the toughest decision I've had to make all game. Which way do we go?
Coming in, guys. Welcome, new body, to your second tribal council. Alright, good. Perfect placement. Sorry for the standing, guys, but, you know. We are here at Berry Park, near Syracuse University. Great weather today, but sadly you guys are at tribal council, so let's get straight into it. So, Kevin, how does it feel to be a tribal again, second time in a row as a new tribe?
Definitely kind of a sucky feeling. I think there's a lot of like drama and tension in the beginning of this week, but it seems like I'm glad that we're all kind of like friends again, but I'm kind of excited or scared to see what happens this week.
Very interesting. So let's talk about that tribal. Lydia, what happened in that tribal? Recap us.
Okay, so everybody came in expecting, I guess there were 2 different groups expecting 2 different things to happen because Adam had this fantastic speech that he created and ended up having this like special advantage where he could steal a vote, which kind of messed up, I don't know, like the old Minecraft plan.
You played your steal a vote advantage. You had that speech. How do you think that was perceived by the rest of your tribe?
I mean, I think in the moment it was definitely a little bit shocking for everyone, including me. I had much better words prepared, but it didn't come through. But I think like in the long run, we've all sort of like come to the understanding that like it was entirely game, and I don't think anyone, I hope at least, that no one has like held grudges personally. You're welcome to hold grudges in the game, but personally, I don't think. I think we've all come to terms with it, and I think we're all back on a similar page.
Carl, when Adam had that speech, he said, I am taking Carl's vote. I'm putting 2 votes on Carl. We did not see any votes for Carl. With that happening last week, do you have any trust in Adam this week?
You know, Luke, I came into the last tribal, I had my vote stolen, and then I went to the challenge and I didn't compete. And so like I just kind of watched as my game fell apart. And obviously Adam was a big part of that. But at the end of the day, you have to regroup. It's one tribal, and I mean, if it makes the most sense to work with Adam, I'm going to work with Adam, and I'm just going to do what's best for my game, because you can't just hold grudges, or you won't get that far that way.
Owen, so we look at the splits again. 3 old body, 3 old mind, and 1 soul, Adam. Do you think it'll be the same thing as last week, or is Adam, once again, a free agent in between tied sides?
To be honest, I have no idea, because, you know, Adam worked with us last week, and obviously he had that advantage. He was a big part of that. You know, I don't think we would have been able to swing the vote otherwise. And I don't know, he might have another trick up his sleeve. To be honest, he could be working with anyone at this point, whatever serves his best interest. You know, it's a solo game, and I mean, alliances are few and far between. Right? I don't know. But, you know what I'm trying to say? Survivor's an individual game. I wouldn't be surprised to have much.
It is very much an individual game, and we've seen from last week, Adam will put on the show to play that advantage. So Madison, if you were to get out Adam, it would be a 3-3 split. What happens there? Would it be wise to get out Adam and move to that, or would it be wise to do something else?
Yeah, that's a good question. I guess part of it is like, do you trust people who might have been on a different tribe originally, and kind of trust that like they will work with you and not just try and like get out past body members? Or if I choose to like keep Adam in the game, like he's shown that he will work with us body members, so it's up in the air on what would be best for body people's games in the long run.
Another thing that goes into this is challenges. Obviously, you guys couldn't have been here, but you guys are because of the challenge. Joe, you were the person getting Carrie to memorize that, and as we've seen from the challenge, you guys got blowed out. How are you feeling today?
Nervous as hell. Like anyone that talked to me knows like how nervous I was just this entire week. Like just like, you know, not even just skill work. I was just like, yeah, I feel so bad from like popping off one challenge to completely like bombing the next one. It's obviously not a good look, but I mean, like everyone has good days, bad days. I just happen to have a really bad day for memorizing things. So hopefully take that L, turn into a W, you know, 2 L's make a W. Yeah, just like continue moving forward, staying optimistic.
Adam, so 3-3-1. How do you position yourself this week, and how have you positioned yourself?
I mean, that's a really good question, and that's a really good question. I think, like, I feel like at this point, it makes sense for everyone to say they want to work with me, but to some other extent, it makes sense for people to not want to work with me. And like, I've just tried to not make it seem like I didn't want to play as hard as I did last week, and I think that's kind of evidenced by the fact that like, I'm pretty sure most people reached out to me this week instead of last week where I reached out to most people. But I think like, I'm just hoping to survive this week and hopefully work with some people who are going to be able to help me out long term and set me up to hopefully make jury, because I want to make sure the best winner wins this game, if it's not me, which it won't be.
Owen, just bringing it back to the last challenge, you took the green. Are you nervous at all?
Yeah. I mean, it'd be impossible not to be. I think everyone is just a little bit on edge in tribal this week, and I think the one thing we can just look forward to is hopefully having in the strongest possible unit going forward. I think it's too early to start thinking about threats in the final game. We just have so many challenges left, and I know no one wants to come back here, to lose this challenge.
Adam, how have you seen this game kind of evolve? Do you think this game is still mind, body, soul? Or do you think this game is new body, new soul? Or do you think this game is my game?
I mean, like, clearly I didn't vote alone last week, so I don't think that the lines are fully drawn. I mean, you just gotta hold out hope that tribes aren't as unified as they might seem, because this game changes all the time. It never stands still. Forget it. It was a BoJack Horseman quote. It's not worth it. But like, yeah, I don't know. There's lots of stuff is gonna happen. Things are gonna change, and I'm hoping I don't go home this week.
Lydia, last question. What do you think what do you think this vote will do for your tribe moving forward?
I think, well, I hope that it will create more of a sense of unity, kind of, maybe the lines like aren't drawn right now, maybe like start to draw the lines, that kind of thing. Have a more give us a more clear-cut idea of what's going on instead of everyone just like trying to scramble it and like figure out what.
We'll see if that clarity presents itself. It is time to vote. Kevin, you are first. Go to Jake. What do you guys think?
So I lied to myself. I didn't make up my mind until like a couple seconds ago when Carl told me that Joe would be receiving a couple votes, and I didn't know about that. So we'll see how that works out.
I would just like to make you know how crisp my handwriting is every time. Very crisp. They just like that. Yep.
Hopefully I'm not making a big mistake. I'm probably going home today. It's too easy. Time's arrow stands still. It neither... No, fuck. Watch BoJack Horseman.
Once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to grab the torch, get it stuffed, and leave tribal council area immediately. I'll go tally the votes. If anybody has a hidden unity idol and wants to play it, now will be the time to do so. Alright, I'll read the votes. First vote. Adam. Joe. Kevin. That's 1 vote Adam, 1 vote Joe, 1 vote Kevin, 4 votes left. Fourth vote. Kevin. Adam. Joe. That's 2 votes Adam, 2 votes Joe, 2 votes Kevin, 1 vote left. And the 7th person voted out of Syrvivor Syracuse, Mind, Body, Soul is Adam. Adam, you can grab your torch. Adam, the tribe is spoken.
Thank you, Luke. It's been a blast, guys. Ready to kick your asses in All-Stars.
Alright. New body, interesting 2-3 vote split. Maybe the Lions are discovered, maybe they're not, but one thing's for sure, you do not want to be back here next week. Alright? That's all I have for you guys. I'll see you guys in the next challenge. Thank you. Next time on Survivor. England versus Italy, baby new body versus new soul, as they go head to head in this episode in the first ever Survivor World Cup. Some castaways gain more clarity on who they can trust in this game, while others are blinded as the speed of the game picks up fast.
I honestly don't understand that. Hopefully someone can tell me at some point. That fucking sucks.
Merry Christmas. Last week you got lucky, but sometimes when you gamble, you lose. This one's from Ollie's game.
Put on a great show, but it's time for you to go.
I'm gonna say is I hope everyone does what they told me they were gonna do.
It's not real, but also I feel like it's gonna be me, so it's fine.
I didn't make up my mind until like a couple seconds ago when Carl told me that Joe would be receiving a couple votes, and I didn't know about that.
I'm probably going home today. It's too easy. I didn't want it to be like this, but I do believe that like I played more game in those 5 weeks than pretty much any of these fuckers have played all season. So enjoy the boring game. I am more than anything rooting for Lindsay to win this season. Hopefully I've given her enough ammunition to come dominate this game. And I hope to be back on another season. I hate to go out. I